right, you guys, welcome back to another episode of Unmuted with Gabby Milian. Today's guest is really unique, not only because he's our first official artist on the show, but because I've had the pleasure of knowing him in a creative space through RP. We first crossed paths in D10, where he played Ezra, a major part of my storyline back in V5. Since then, I've gotten to see another side of him, not just as a role player, but as a streamer, artist, and content creator, community builder as well. He's built such a strong and supportive community on Twitch where he streams just chatting and GTA 5M, all while keeping music close to his heart. His artistry speaks volumes, and today we're diving deep into who he is as a creator, the storyteller, and also the person behind the name Commandah. So sit back and let's get unmuted with Commandah. Hello, Commandah.
Yo, first of all, that intro was amazing. I said,
Thank
"Ooh, I built a community."
you.
Hold
Yes, you
on.
got a nice community. They all support you, and I love when
Appreciate
they
you.
they pull up when you raid me, and they're all showing love. So they definitely have a big respect for you, and it shows. It shows. It definitely
Appreciate that.
shows.
I got to situate one thing before we
Of
get into
course,
stuff.
go
You
Gabby
ahead.
is in
know what
the
I'm saying? I had to make sure I
chat.
resubbed. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't
Thank
subbed up, make sure
you.
you sub up and things of that nature.
I
You already know
appreciate
the
that
vibes.
so much. Thank you for the sub. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. For
Appreciate you.
5 months? Oh my
Come on now.
gosh.
Come on now. A little something, nothing too crazy. Just a little
Thank
something,
you.
something.
Oh my God. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So how are you feeling? How you doing?
I'm gonna be so honest.
Go ahead.
I'm not a nervous. I'm not a person that gets nervous at all. But for some reason, like I'm nervous today. I said, okay, we're gonna do this podcast. This is gonna be fun. But I think me as a person, like when I care about doing something
Yeah.
in a very good way, I turn into a perfectionist and I get a little bit nervous. But it's good jitters though. So I'm doing good. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Real quick, I just peeped something. I have
Mm,
last week's guest name under you. Let me just change that really quick.
of course,
Sorry, chat. I just have to fix this and we
no
can get
problem.
really started for real. But don't be nervous. We're just being ourselves. It's like a conversation. I just want
Mm,
everybody to get to know you. You are deserving of sharing your story and just having everyone see and tap into your artistry and who you are as a person. I feel like this is the
appreciate that.
best platform to do this. And that's why again, I did this podcast for people like yourself and also
Mm,
for people to just tap into people's journeys as a creator
mm.
because there's always a person behind the camera that matters. You know, that everybody's story is different.
That's
Commander,
very true, and I appreciate the opportunity as well.
of course, of course.
Hmm.
Okay,
What do you
there we
call your
go.
community?
So I'm still looking for a name. We're still
Okay,
looking for a name, but so far I have the Gabberinth as like my
the
Discord.
Gathering.
Yeah, the Gabberinth. But I want
Yeah,
to change that, so we're gonna be working on that really soon, and I'm gonna come up with a better name. But what do you call your community?
we call them. Okay, so it's kind of a long story, but we call them drillers, or
Drillers.
we call
Okay.
ourselves the drillers. So it's like kind of a running joke to always remix the name Commander. So if I'm
Mm,
cooking, the community will call me Chef Manda, or if I'm I don't know, it's easy for me to do hooks when I'm making a song, so they will call me Hook Manda. And I hopped on a drill song, and they called me Drill Manda. So naturally, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna call the community Drillers.
I
So
like
that's
that.
what the name came from. Yeah.
That's
I had to double
fire.
check with them first though. I said, "Do you like it or not?" They said we fuck with it. So I said, "Okay, let's do it."
Yeah, it's like a lot of these things that we do, we have to run through our community first. Like
Yeah.
they need to pull in and help us out. Like we wouldn't be able to do anything we do without them. So like it's just
Facts.
funny when they come up with a lot of the different things that we do and they just it's scary the amount of control that
Yes,
they
it is.
have on us. It's actually scary. But
Yeah,
yeah, especially my
facts.
chats. My chat could get crazy sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
I like it though because I think when it comes, and we're probably gonna get into this more, but when it comes
Yeah.
to doing different forms of content, I used to do YouTube back in the day, and it's like you
Hmm.
have an idea, you film it, you sit in your little corner in front of your PC, and you're editing. You're not really getting any input, but when you're streaming, when you're live, when you're in your Discord with the community, it's like people that value the content that you create and the community that you've built, like they can actually make changes that they want to see. So I like it. I fuck with it.
So yeah, I feel the same way as well. It's a big major difference, and I've learned over the weeks with being with different creators on this podcast that
Mm,
YouTube is a different environment. It's a whole different
mhm.
species, and a lot of people have changed over to streaming because they feel it's more interactive with their chat and community,
Mm,
and they appreciate it more, because it's more like
mhm.
personable to be with
Facts.
their community than YouTube, because you can change anything on YouTube. You can make something look
Facts.
totally different on YouTube than IRL. So it's a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing if they're trolling you all the time.
Oh, talk about trolling. The way I get trolled by my the drillers be frying me. I'm talking about what they got. We literally have a channel or like a little whatever in the Discord
Hmm.
that's called Commander Freeze. They literally will just take screenshots of me looking crazy on stream, and then they post them. They're dying of laughter. Like, yeah, they be violating me.
I'm thankful that I haven't got that yet from my community. Like they're real chill. Like it could get crazy at nighttime because I do stream at
Mm.
nighttime, preferably. But yeah, it could get crazy. They talk crazy, but I've never thankfully gotten embarrassed to the point where they're like capturing crazy ass moments of me. I gotten clipped though. I've gotten clipped for sure.
Yup. Gotta get clipped. It's a part of the streaming world. You gotta get clipped.
Yes. So let's go ahead and get started. So, for anyone who
Mhm.
might be new to you or is watching for the first time, how would you describe Commander in your own words?
Ooh, um, I think there's two different sides to Commander. So I used to have a different name when I used to do like YouTube and IG skits and post a lot on Snapchat and stuff. I'm not gonna disclose that name because nobody needs to find that content. That was me at a very young age.
Yes.
So I kind of merged that part of me with the music side of me, and that kind of became Commander. So I think there's two sides of who Commander is. One side is very much like um, cares about people having fun, try to build a nice environment, very extroverted, um, just kind of likes to make sure that everybody feels welcomed and things of that nature. And then you have the music side of me, the music side of Commander that's very much more introverted. Um,
Mm,
like I've tried to do music on stream and we've had music streams, but I kind of recently realized that when I'm in that space, I'm very much honed in on like, okay, I got one task in front of me. I need to just be as creative as possible and only focus on that. And that makes me just turn into myself a little bit more and get more quiet, not want to talk to people, just want to be able to focus. So I think that's the best way to explain who Commander is. A very outgoing, extroverted person when it comes to meeting people, entertaining people, but when it comes to the music side, very introverted and super like focused. Um,
right.
yeah, that's kind of how I explain who Commander is.
That's fire. So, the word Commander, you said,
Hmm.
where did it come from again?
Oh, okay. So, um, I used to do, I used to do like parody remixes of songs or like parody
Mm,
freestyles and stuff. And in one of them, somehow I said something. I can't remember the bar, but I called myself because I was a very foolish individual. Like I was just making fun of things all the time. So
mm-hmm,
I called myself the foolish Commander. And then when I started making music, I was just like, okay, what should I call myself? I don't want to use my Govey. And then naturally I was like, let me just take away the little foolish part from the bar and just call myself Commander,
mm-hmm.
and it fit. And it
That's
got to be the
fire.
AH at the end. We're Africans, so Commander. It's not Commander, it's
Yes.
Commander. Yeah.
I like that. I like that. You mentioned before that you're from overseas. So can you share a little
Hmm.
bit about where you're from and how that shaped your creativity?
Absolutely. Um, Oh, that's a good question. How it shaped my creativity. I'm born and raised in Sweden. Still live here. Lived here my whole life. Swedish is my first language.
Mm,
Um, but I think like growing up, my both my parents speak five languages. So I grew up hearing Swedish, English, French, Swahili, and our own language. I'm from Rwanda, so it's called Kinyarwanda. So I kind of
mm,
always grew up in a mix of different languages, and English was a prominent language. Um, so like I would watch movies all in English while some of my peers would probably watch them in Swedish, for example. So I started speaking English early at like 5 years old, and I kind of naturally was always mixing Swedish and English together.
okay.
Um, that's kind of what drew me to looking outside of Sweden, I would say. And that I think that probably had the biggest impact when it came to the artistry, like not solely focusing on what the music scene looked like here, or mostly listening to music from Sweden. It was more so always listening to like what my parents listened to, and it would be music in English. So like on a Sunday, I would wake up hearing the shackles off my feet so I can dance. I just want to praise
Mm,
you. So that was the influence. So that naturally I was just like not so much looking to the Swedish scene. And that's kind of what made me want to do skits and do videos in English, make music in English, and naturally just speak a lot of English on an everyday basis. The influence of Sweden, I don't know. I think it kind of gave me more so a mix to my personality. So I'm very much an African man, but also have the different values that I grew up with here in Sweden, and kind of
right.
like made a perfect mix. So I think at the core, I wouldn't be able to pinpoint what influence has been there, but I think at the core, I'm definitely a very Swedish person, and I think somebody else will be able to like point that out if they watched how I move or whatever in a day to day basis.
Yeah, it shows up in your humor, it shows up in your language, it shows up
Mhm.
through through your vocabulary, just
Mhm.
everything. When you spark up your stream, that's what makes you different,
Yeah.
and in a good
That's true.
way, it's a different vibe.
Mhm.
Who were your biggest influences early on?
Me as a person, or just in terms of like
It could be
comedy,
anything. It could
music.
be
Okay.
it could be your artistry,
Um.
it could be,
Mhm. Mhm.
anything.
Um, I think I was very much on YouTube when I was younger, and I paid a lot of attention. I always make this kind of reference. People may not like it, but if you look at like the UK, I think a lot of times they either look at what's going on in the UK or they look at the US. For
Mm,
me, and I think that's a lot of the case for a lot of people here in Sweden too, we either look at what's going on over here or we look to the UK and then we look to the US. So one of my influences is a content creator called Don't Jealous Me. He was early on YouTube and he was making skits, playing like different type of characters with a very heavy like Nigerian influence. So me watching that made me be like, oh, I've always been like the class clown and things of that nature, always loud. But that made me be like, oh, okay, I kind of like what he's doing. I like the content route that he's going. I like the skits that he's building, and creating. And so that was a heavy influence for me, even opening my eyes to like doing anything entertainment wise. Before that, that wasn't really a thought in my head.
yeah.
When it came to music at a very young age, I was listening. It was straight Justin Timberlake, Usher, Neo. Like it was just strictly R&B. Chris Brown, Omarion. So, and I think that kind of shows in the music that I make today as well, because I say this to my community all the time. I wish I could rap. Like I wish I could really rap. Like when it comes to my pen, it is not strong when it comes to rapping. But if I want
Mhm,
to sing a chorus or write a chorus, that goes super quickly and is
mhm,
often melodic. That's why most of my music is like that. So I think
mhm.
that's kind of the heavy influence that I had growing up. But outside of that, like just my family, of course, like how they moved, how they conduct themselves. I think I carry a lot of the values that they taught me from a young age. So yeah, those would be my influences.
Okay. And looking back, what made you realize that this is something that you wanted to pursue seriously?
Um, that's a very good question. I think I think I'm extroverted and very introverted at the same time, but I've kind of realized that I'm more introverted as I got older. When I was younger, it was straight extrovert mode. Always want to be outside and whatever.
Mhm.
Seen, heard. I kind of liked the attention, I think. So um, at first, when I started doing content, it wasn't like it wasn't in the sense of like, oh, let me pursue this. It was more so, I think it's fun to do this, and I also love the reception that I'm getting, whether it's good or bad,
Mhm.
because I can either get better at it or I can just sit there and enjoy the compliments, because I used to like to be the center of attention.
Mhm.
um I think, and this goes for music as well, I fell in love kind of with making content, or any type of entertainment form, whether it be acting and being an extra in different commercials or in a show, um, being in the studio creating a song, um, coming up with an idea. But everything that happens in the background was something that I didn't really like. It was just a necessary thing to do. So editing, I hate editing with a passion as well. Um, and I think that that's what kind of drew me towards streaming.
Mhm.
I didn't really know about streaming until my little brother put me on. I was watching Phantom, I think in D10 V3, and I was like, oh, okay, what's this new type of form of content? Like, what, you just hit a button and you're live, you don't have to do all that extra stuff that I hate doing.
Mhm.
And that's what kind of made me be like, okay, let me try this streaming thing. And it was just so natural. Like, I just had to turn on the camera and then be me, or if I'm gaming, I'll be gaming and being me.
Mhm.
And I think what kind of clicked for me too is like, if I come home from work, I'm still gonna load up 2K, or I'm still gonna be hopping on COD, or whatever game I want to play. I might as well do it while I'm making content at the same time.
Right.
Um, so that's kind of what made me be like, oh, okay, I can actually do content, like, you know what I'm saying? I could really put time in doing content without it being too consuming for me. Um, and at the same time, I kind of, I would say right before the streaming, I fell in love with making music. Like, I love making music, even when it's like I've been in the studio for 5 hours and my voice is just not cooperating me with me. I've been seeing a lot of TikToks about medium singers. I'm a medium singer. Okay, so sometimes
Mhm.
it don't go my way. It does
Yeah.
not go my way. But even that process is something that I kind of fell in love with. So that kind of also pushed me more towards content as well, or any form of entertainment as well. Um, so I love doing it, but I would say that I don't think I've gotten to the stage where I would want to do this full time. I think
Mm.
that I like doing it because it allows me to be creative in everything else that I do in my like regular job that I have. I think that it's a good combination of being able to express myself very creatively, but then also just take a step back in my day to day life and be more analytical, and things of that nature. So
Right.
I'm not sure if I'm
I
at a
need the
stage where
max
I think I would
win.
do this full time.
Thank you,
I
Zoe,
need the
for the
max
follow. I
win.
appreciate you. Thank you.
That's twin
But
right there. That's twin right there.
it's
Appreciate you, Zoe.
Zoe. Zoe, I'm sorry. Thank you for the follow, my love. I appreciate you. Um,
Mm,
but that is interesting. I feel that there's a lot of people who have a regular job and
mm-hmm,
also stream, and to be able
mm-hmm.
to juggle the two, it's kind of hard, especially if you want to be an
Yeah,
artist as well. So you have three jobs. You're a streamer, you're
yeah.
an artist, and you do your job, in your regular life. So that's a lot
Mm-hmm,
to take on, and it shows your hard work and who you are as a person, and it's very
mm-hmm,
relatable, very respected. And
mm-hmm.
yeah, and I can see through your streams that you genuinely enjoy what you do. And there's a lot of
Yeah.
people that you can go on Twitch and see that they're just doing it just to do it. But if you're
Mm,
doing it and you're sharing your artistry and you're sharing who you are as a person, your culture, and who you are as a
mm-hmm.
person, I think that that's what makes you you, and what makes people fuck with you on another level. Like, it makes people like relate to you more. And that's what
Facts.
it's
I
all
think that
about.
people can. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No,
I
it's
think
okay.
people can definitely see through if you're being genuine or not.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I've even built a community to begin with, because when I started streaming, within the first 6 months, I was because I had a goal. Like, I was pushing that. I was live 5 to 6 times a week. I was doing minimum 5 hour streams. Some streams on the weekends would be like 10 hours. I was doing 24-hour streams left and right. I was very driven. Partly because I enjoyed doing it, but also because I was like, I'm a competitive person. So I was like, okay, I need to, but I think the only reason I even could like grow at the pace that I did those first 6 months was because people could see that I was genuine. If that was not the case, then if they didn't see that I was enjoying it, that wouldn't translate to them. They wouldn't be able to connect to that in any way, shape, or form. And that
Yeah.
was a thought that I had as well. Like, I'm not about to start streaming unless I actually enjoy it. I'm not about to sit here and do streams
Mhm.
over and over again, and because that's just going to lead to me feeling disappointed if I don't grow at a certain pace and I'm just super strictly goal oriented.
Right.
I have to actually like turning on the stream and entertaining people, which I do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Mhm.
Same, because this discouragement can make or break you, and I've went through my
Facts.
phases as well. It's just how you get past it, and just also your
Mm,
hope and your motivation to grow,
mm,
I think. And I can see that, especially in you, and also in myself and other people
mm.
around me, that it's just uplifting each other and
Facts.
helping each other grow, and giving each other that motivation in those moments where we're just like, I don't
Mm,
know, it's not working in our favor.
mm.
So what originally got you into music? um
It was the content creation. So as I was saying, I would do like parody freestyles or like parody remixes, and I think I went to the studio and made this was a skit. Yeah, oh, so bad. I hope no one ever finds this, but I did a parody on like a remix of Motorsport with Migos and Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, but I made it from the perspective of like, okay, I'm an African dad. So I had the whole fit on and everything. I filmed the whole music video for it. It was hilarious to do. But look,
Really?
yeah, but looking back at it, oh my God, I cringed so bad. I think I was like 20 at the time, or like 21 maybe. Um, but when I did that, I was like, okay, obviously I'm joking in this song, but it's low key like it wasn't bad. So I was like, let me actually try and write a proper song for once, because I've been doing these like parody remixes left and right. So that's what kind of made me be like, okay, let me actually try it. But even in high school, I took music classes. Um, I think my like right before I hit puberty too, like my voice was I could sing high pitched, like my it was up there. And then I kind of left it alone after high school because I hit puberty. My voice got deeper, so I was just like, it's whatever. But
Mhm.
that kind of sparked the interest again. There was always an interest in music. I even tried like taking up piano lessons. I didn't follow through. I wish I did. But so that kind of made me be like, okay, let me actually try write my actual first like proper song. I think even before that, I had tried like writing poetry and stuff like that. It was okay, but I didn't like stick with it. You have to get your 10,000 hours in to really like perfect something and become really good. But that made me write a song, and I was like, okay, this song kind of is worth recording. Went to the studio, recorded it. I thought it was okay, but I was like, I can do better, and that's kind of where my competitiveness came back again. And like, nah, we not gonna settle with this result. We got to write something better.
Mhm.
So I started going on the hunt for producers that could make like, and this is probably like what 2017. Um, I went on a hunt for like producers that could make Afro swing beats or Afro beats in general. And at the time I was a student as well, so it was like all the producers that were able to do that, and able to like have a studio session with me because I didn't have any recording equipment. It was like, oh, okay, you got to pay $500 to $1,000 to for the beat to be done and for you to sit here and record it. And at the time I just didn't have that bread, so I was literally about to give up. I was just about to be like, okay, let's just
Mm.
scratch this music thing. And then I had one friend that I hit up, and I knew him because he would make music and I would make content. So that's kind of how we knew each other. And I just sent him a message on Snapchat and said, "Do you know anybody that can make any type of Afro beats or Afro swing beats or anything around that like realm?" Because that's what kind of came naturally to me. And he was like, yeah, I got a guy. Just send me a reference beat. And I was like, okay. Sent him the beat. He returned with a beat that he had made by himself that fit the vibe. And eventually I ended up meeting him. We made more beats, and I just asked him a question. I was like, yo, our mutual friend, when he connected me, he said he had somebody, he said, that knew how to make Afro beats. And I think I was like 21. He was probably like 17 at the time. He said, I had never, ever in my life made an Afro beat. um,
Mm.
he just listened to the reference and made something. And from that point on, I think me and him have known each other for probably like 6 years now, 7 years, something like that.
Wow.
And he is like every single song that I have is produced by him, or I have tried to record myself on a YouTube beat. No other producer. So that's kind of how I got into the music. And looking back at it now, we thought we was sitting on some bangers that
Yeah.
first year when we started. Them
it's
songs is but days
it's but
compared to
it's
today.
so genuine and it's so authentic. Like
Mm,
it's the beginning of what
yeah.
where you are now. It's what made
Mm,
you, you know? So like
facts.
even those beginning cringe YouTube videos. I
Hmm.
know it's so cringe to you, but it's just like it's so unique and it's your
Yeah.
start. It's your start. So
Hmm.
I understand why you feel that way, but it's just like eventually your chat's gonna have to do something. Like you're gonna
I
have to make an incentive
know.
where they do something
Yo.
and they're able to unlock that video. Cause now speaking on it, they're gonna be like genuinely curious. And I'm sure they're already curious about what that video is and what it looks
Mhm.
like.
How do I
So
tell you? One of my mods already found it. He found the whole name I had.
what?
He found content. I'm talking about what? So
No.
every time, anytime he likes to get on me too. He likes to roast me every single
Yeah.
chance he gets. So when I start going back at him, I just gotta apologize sometimes because I don't need him exposing me.
Don't expose me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Feel me? It's just a joke.
Yeah. So if you could tell your younger self one thing about before all this began, what would it
Mm.
be?
Um. Oh, that's a good question. I would have told myself, believe in yourself more, especially when it came to the entertainment side. Um, I think I kind of, when I was younger, it was a lot of studies, and ain't nothing wrong with that. That's good, of course. It's also part of who I am today and why I am in the spot that I am today. But I think that I kind of second guessed my ability to be an entertainer because of that, because that was the main focus.
Yeah.
So I would have told myself, don't question yourself. Like, you have an ability to actually entertain people, whether that's acting or doing skits or trying to be like funny in general or making music. Fully believe in that 100% because it wasn't at 100% when I was younger. So that's what I would have told myself.
That's beautiful. So what kind of when your audience is listening to your music or catching your
Hmm.
streams, what do you hope that they get or feel from your
Mm,
content and your music?
very good, very good, very good question. I think the main goal for me when it comes to any type of content that I produce is for people to get an escape. I feel like everybody goes through stuff. It can be dark sometimes, and sometimes you just need something that to like take your mind off of it. And I think that that's what I want to achieve when I'm doing any type of entertainment. I want you to like forget about everything else, get kind of be able to laugh, be able to have fun, be able to think positively through whatever you're going through, because that's also going to have an effect on what you're going through. I think a lot of times when I'm streaming too, like I very much like when people come to me with anything they're going through, whether it be in my Discord or on stream, because I think that I don't know, somewhere along the way when I was younger, I picked up that the only thing you can actually control when things aren't looking the best or things are looking dark to kind of change it
Mhm.
is your perspective. How you choose to see it, how you choose to think about it, is going to determine how you deal with it. And I think that that's something that I can offer to other people to be able to help them. I kind of get a sense of enjoyment from helping other people. So just being able to take your mind off things, relax, have fun, being comfortable and feeling like, okay, if I do need to ask him something, I can in the DMs, and he'll make sure that he can try to help me to his best ability. I want people to feel like that sense of security when they come and watch my content.
That's beautiful. I really want to deep dive into your music and artistry. I'm gonna ask you
Mm,
a few questions regarding that because I do feel like it's important because that's a passion of yours.
mm.
Walk me through your creative process and how does an idea turn into a finished track for you?
Very good question. It's changed over the years. Well, the process has changed over the years. So when I first started making music, I would see a lot of people would get into the studio and write in the studio or freestyle. I never had that ability.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Writing for me would take so long. So I would literally just write a whole song to a YouTube beat, have it done, practice it multiple times to make sure that okay, I know exactly where I should shift my voice or how this melody is gonna sound. And then when I was in the studio, I was fully prepared. I would
Mm,
literally just have the reference beat sent to the producer. He would make the beat for me. We would sit there. I would record, and I would know exactly what I'm supposed to do. But even in those times, like just learning how to be comfortable in front of a microphone in a booth is a whole different beast. So that's also why I needed that preparation. That's what the process used to look back then. What the
mhm.
process looks like right now is the exact opposite. I have a hard time writing songs fully. Like I'll have to sit in the studio. I have
Yeah.
to have the beat in front of me, write to the beat on the spot, um, or like punch in 4 bars and then think of the next 4 bars and punch that in. So the process has changed, and I think it's changed because I'm more comfortable. I think it's easier for me to tap into that creativity, and make something out of nothing. But what I would say has been the biggest like muse for writing in general when it comes to my music, and I think you can hear that through my songs as well, is definitely my fiance. So we met when we was like
Mm,
20 years old. We've been together for 8.5 years. We get married
wow.
2027.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate
congratulations.
you. Had to make sure I proposed, got the diamond right and everything. But
Yes.
yeah, come on. Had to. But
Right.
it was very easy for me to tap into like writing Afro swing songs, or like have an R&B type of perspective when I was writing, because I'm living it, like real time. So a lot of songs will have like a chorus or a verse where I'm literally talking about something that's happened, but I've just explained it in a different way that would sound better sonically. Um, and I think even still to this day, like a lot of the songs are inspired by her. That's just
Oh, that's
facts.
beautiful.
Appreciate you, and thank you, Randall. I see you. And I think that that's mostly the R&B Afro swing type of songs. When it comes to the Afrobeat songs, um, they're very much more like dance records. So me,
Mhm.
I used to love. I was that nigga. Like if we went to the club, nobody was there checking for no girls. I was there to be on the dance floor. I'm battling everybody. I don't
Right.
care. I
I
Zonto
love
warrior.
that.
Yeah. So like when it comes to this to the Afrobeat songs, it was like, okay, what can I dance to? What do I want to hear when I'm in the club dancing to this Afrobeat
Mm.
song? Um, and I think there was one artist that always had like crazy beats. He's a Dutch artist called Jay Hollands, and he used to go crazy with the Afrobeat tracks back in the day. So I think sonically, I kind of picked a lot from him there. There's another Ghanaian artist called Psycho Die. I think a lot of my flows when it comes to rapping on those type of beats picked a little inspiration from him, and kind of just went with what felt right. But I think even growing up, I always used to imitate people. That's why you will see me in an RP server and I'll try to do a New York accent.
Yes,
You'll
you're
see me
really
in the
good
next.
at that. You're really good
Appreciate
at
you.
that. Yeah.
I try. But yeah, I'll hop in like even now, right now. I'm in a city, and I'm role playing as a UK character. like I'm from London, man's from ends and that. You get what I'm saying? But
Yes.
I like to imitate, and that kind of spilled over to the music too. So I would be able to hear something and be like, "Oh, okay, how could I put my own twist on that? How could I not imitate, but at least grab some inspiration from that and then spin on it?"
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of what the process looks like.
Yes. I love that. I love that. What is your proudest moment as an artist so far?
Um, oh, okay. I made us. This is crazy because it ties into RP as well. Um, I made a song with a girl named Electra in V4, V4 and D10, end of V4, and it's called Catching Feelings. And I've always had people that like my songs. They might not like the drill songs, but they're gonna like the Afrobeat songs. They might not like the Afrobeat songs, but they're gonna like the Afro swing songs. And of course, I show my family my music as well.
Hmm.
And everybody has always kind of liked the music. And my dad has always been like, "Yeah, it's calm, like it's cool." Yeah. But when I made that song with Electra, he said, "You see, oh yeah, the other songs, yeah, they okay. This one, no, this is a banger." And I said, "Oh, Pop said it's a banger. Yeah, say less." We lit.
That's fire.
So that's one moment. But the other moment I would say was my second. That's the issue when it comes to having three jobs, like you said. I haven't dropped a lot of music, even though I'm sitting on a lot of music. But my I've dropped two singles, and my second single, we had a really small budget for music video. We had a really small budget for ads. Like I think we probably spent like $700 on ads. We wasn't featured in any playlist whatsoever on Spotify. I think we had like a budget of $500 for the music video, and it came out nice.
Hmm.
And I think within 2 months we had already hit like 250,000 streams or
Wow.
200,000 streams, somewhere around there. And that was just my second single, so I was very proud of that, and that was very much due to my managers, because they did all of the ads and everything. They were the ones that
Wow.
kind of spearheaded that project. Unfortunately, I didn't follow up with the third single, but I was very proud in that moment of what we accomplished.
Wow. That's amazing. How do you plan to reach new listeners outside of your home country or community?
Um, it's very much reliant on the ad strategy that we have when we release songs. We try to keep all of the organic content, meaning the content that we don't pay to like show anywhere, towards the Swedish market, and then everything that's paid, meaning um, ads on Google, ads on YouTube, ads on IG and Facebook or whatever. We try to throw them more towards other markets. So, for example, we will have ads running in certain countries in Africa. We will have ads running in certain countries in Europe, and it also depends on what type of song I'm releasing. So I sent you a song that's called Ends. That's very much like a UK type of sound. So we would put a lot of the ads revenue towards marketing that in the UK, marketing that in countries that listen to that type of music more so than targeting the US, for example.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm very much not involved in that process as much as I would want to. I have a background within growth marketing, but like I said, when it comes to the creative stuff, I like to just focus on the creative stuff. Um, so that's once again big up to my managers.
So you just have a good team, and that's important.
Yes.
Just having a good team, and you can't do it alone. And having a lot of people that have their expertise in what they are
Mm-hmm.
experts at helps you grow. And I strongly
Facts.
believe in that. So how do you keep your passion for music alive while balancing streaming and content creation?
Um, I think the way I was trying to keep it alive was very much including music and RP. That kind of
Mm,
later on translated to, well, I used to be in a studio a lot, but now I have the possibility to at least record demos at home. So that then turned into, okay, I want to make music for the city that I'm in or the role play that I'm doing. And now I have the possibility to stream at home too. Let me do a music stream, to kind of incorporate the two with each other. But I did realize that they weren't really a good mix in the sense of like I'm not as entertaining when I'm sitting and recording and trying to make everything sound good. So as of recently, I haven't really done any music streams. I think it's fun to do them because I love hearing the input from the people that are actually going to be listening to the songs when they eventually come out. But I think I fail at being entertaining while I'm doing that. So
Mm.
now it could be like, okay, I know I'm going to stream at this time. Let me go ahead and at least record a chorus and a verse before I spark up my stream. Um, so that that's
Question,
kind of an incentive
quick question. Why don't you do it on stream while you're
because
like getting both done at the same time? You know, like doing.
I tried doing it, but I'm not as entertaining. Like I'll find myself for a long stretch where I'm like, oh, my bad, I forgot to look at the chat. I forgot to talk to y'all because I'm just
Oh.
super focused. And it's
Mm.
like I think it has its time and place. I think I'll definitely do music streams as well, but I think I kind of split up my personalities a little bit. How we was talking about who's commander in the entertainment world and in the music world. So when I am in streamer mode, like I'm fully the entertainer commander, nothing else. When I'm in recording like mode and music mode, it's very hard for me to then get out of that and tap into, oh, let me try to entertain people as well. So I even forget to talk to people. I'm just looking at one monitor the whole time. I'm looking at the monitor, not two, and forgetting to look at the chat.
I have a question
So
though. With
yeah,
that, do you think that maybe doing a incorporating a chat based song would help
we
you?
have
Like
done that as
maybe
well.
you've done that. Okay, so how did that
Yeah,
go?
that's the part that I like. So like
Yeah.
we will pick a beat from YouTube, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I will sit there and like top line, come up with different melodies.
Mm-hmm.
And then I might be like, okay, chat, what should I say here? I can't really find any words right now. They will throw out like bars or sentences, or I might pick a word where I was like, oh, I like the way you said that there. Let me use this. I love that part, but then I have to record it, and that's when I go silent, and that's the issue at hand. So
Mm.
I'm still trying to figure out how to balance the two. I don't think I'm like done doing music on stream, but I've definitely slowed down with it just because it takes away from the part that I like about when I'm streaming. It takes away from the part of, oh, me just sitting here being myself, entertaining, yapping, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So
If
it's
you
hard.
It is hard. It is hard, especially
Mhm.
if you're just trying to make it perfect, you know? But I think a
Yeah,
lot of the artistry and why people watch this process and making a song is because
mhm,
they like to sit back and see how you do it. You know,
true.
so maybe like just giving a kind of a heads up to your chat. Like, listen, I really want to show you guys what it looks like to like create a
Mm,
song. But if I don't, like a disclaimer, like if I don't see chat like right away, it's because I'm locked in,
mhm,
and
mhm.
your true community and people who love seeing this, will understand, So I don't think you know, it could work maybe
Yeah,
once. You could do it once a week or maybe like once whenever you can,
true.
like, hey, but them seeing the behind the scenes and it makes them feel a part of, a part of
Mm,
your
mm.
process, a part of your music and the artist that you are.
That's very
Um,
true. I even got different people joining the community because of the music.
mhm.
Um, one of my peoples even said like when I said that I'm done doing music on stream, he said, "Nah, bro, that's my favorite stream." So I was like, "Okay, I have to rethink this a little bit."
Yeah, maybe incorporating
Yeah,
once, once a
yeah,
week or once whenever you can. It helps.
facts.
Yeah. So
That's very true.
if you could collab with any artist or streamer out on Twitch, who would it be?
Any artist or streamer on Twitch,
Hmm.
do are we saying artist on Twitch as well?
Yeah, it could be anybody. If you could
Okay.
collab with
Okay.
anyone, who would it be?
If it was if I would say any artist on Twitch, and I'm gonna shoot big. I haven't released music, but this
Go
is
ahead.
what I generally feel. T Pain, he's a wonderful streamer and he
Ah.
makes music. Like that would be a dream. Doing a collab stream while we're recording. Are you mad? That would be wonderful.
Hmm.
But artists in general, I would probably say this is not an artist. This is a group. Um, they're not a group anymore though, but it's a group from the UK that's called Western. It's three guys. Um, I love their music. I love their music. There's another group in the UK as well called NSG, Afrobeat. heavily Afrobeat influenced. I love their music as well. Um, and when it comes to streamers, ooh, um, I'd probably say Agent. I fuck with Agent.
That's a good one.
I fuck with Agent. Yeah, I fuck with Agent.
That's a good one.
Now obviously getting there is a long way. Like you got to get to a certain level,
No?
but if we're just talking in general of like who I would love to collab with,
Yeah.
definitely Agent. I love Agent.
That's fire. That's a good choice. Agent's really taking over the Twitch these days. So shout out to Agent, shout out to Western, shout out to T Pain. If you're watching
Yeah,
this, make sure you get that collab in with Commander. And listen, it's
maybe
not a
one day.
it's yeah, it's not you shouldn't be ashamed of dreaming big because it may just happen. Like
Of
you
course,
never know what,
of
especially with
course.
this Twitch world, anything is
Yep,
possible and I believe in that firmly. I believe in that firmly.
that's very true.
Yeah. So just, putting that out there into existence matters. So that's why I like to
Hmm.
ask that question to a lot of guests. Who do you plan
Hmm.
on, like, who would you like to collab with? And, because
Hmm.
I say that in my streams, well, also I put it out there into existence and you never know. It might just
True.
happen. It might just
Who's your
happen.
dream collab?
So my dream collab, I would say, is Phantom and AMP.
Mm.
Uh
Yep.
or I would say Bad Girl Shay. Bad Girl Shay. I don't know if you guys know
Okay.
about who Bad
Yep.
Girl Shay
Yeah, she's
is.
tough. She tough.
She's
I used
so
to watch
tough.
her and
I
Agent RP heavily back in the day.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
So she's one of them. She's one of those people that I really would love to collab with if that could happen. That would
Mm.
be really, really nice. I appreciate that. So
Fandom bad
yeah.
gal shit. You heard it here. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to tap
Yes.
in with Gabby.
Yes. And not specifically Phantom, but like everybody, like AMP in general.
Yeah.
Like AMP
Mm.
is so fire and I love what they do. And obviously they're funny. It's just cool. They're
Mm-hmm.
cool people. So and they're from New York.
Facts.
I'm from New York. So it's just like it makes sense.
Yep.
It just makes sense. Do you
Just
plan
makes
on going to
sense.
TwitchCon this year? If you can in the US? It's
So
happening
I've been
soon this
wanting
week, I
to
think.
go for mad long, but right now, like financially, everything is going to this wedding because we're doing a destination wedding. It's gonna be in
Right.
Portugal.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it, but I would love to. I've been fiending to go for the longest. So we'll see. Hopefully I can, but we'll see.
And how about Streamer University?
I was thinking about applying, but also at the same time, like I do have a lot of responsibilities. So it's
Hmm.
like it once again it comes back to like, okay, if you're taking that step, that means you are ready to do this full time or you want to do this full time. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure that that's what I want. I think it was what I wanted at a point in time. Like those first 6 months when I started streaming, that's very much
Hmm.
where I was at. I don't know if that's what I want to do.
Right
I don't know
now.
if that's what I want to do. Yeah,
That
I'm
makes
very,
sense.
I very much like what I do, um, in my day to day today.
That's good.
Mm,
So you became Twitch affiliate in 2023. What was the
yes.
moment like for you and how did it feel when it finally happened?
It was crazy. Shout out Elaine. If you don't watch her, you need to watch her ASAP.
Mm,
Elaine TV.
okay.
I started off by flying into D10. I had just bought my PC. I had one monitor, horrible mic, and I didn't even know like how to RP. I've always liked acting, but I didn't really know what like okay, so how do we do this RP thing? Ended up RPing with her a lot, and she kind of put me on to like, okay, this is like you should start streaming. You've seen Zoe here in chat as well. She came from her community. Now she twin right now. You know what I'm
Shout out
saying?
to
She became
Zoe.
twin. Yeah. So a lot of people from her community as well was like, bro, you need to start streaming. Like, what are you doing in this chat? Go stream.
Mm,
So due to that, she would shout me out a lot in her streams when I had created my Twitch page. Like my first stream, I think I already had like 50 followers. So I was like, ooh, we lit. And then I just had to consistently stream, which was like the easy part for me at that time. So I think within a week, I had already amounted up to the viewers that I needed, or 2 weeks maybe it was the viewers that I needed. I already had the right amount of followers. So I think I didn't. It wasn't even a big moment in my head when I got affiliated because it happened so quick, and it was just like, okay,
Mm.
on to the next. Now we need to grow. Now we need this amount of followers. Okay, how are we going to make sure that people sub up so they don't have to watch the views? Like, what can I do to actually make them feel it's worth subbing up and not having no ads and just sit there and watch the stream, and enjoy start creating a community. So I think I kind of like sped past getting affiliated. But looking
That's a
back at it,
blessing.
it's like crazy. A whole blessing getting affiliated that quick, and it's very much due
Yeah.
to Elaine's community. Facts,
So shout out to Elaine and shout out to Zoe.
facts.
Wow, that's a unique experience because not a lot of people get to have it so quickly. It takes time for certain
Hmm.
people, and then it happens really quick. In your case, you got blessed, so that's really good. How has
Yeah.
your community grown since then, and what kind of vibe do you try to create on your streams?
Um, how has my community grown? That's a very good question. I don't know. I just feel like I think my community grew very much due to me interacting with a lot of people. Um, I think bumping into people and them realizing like, oh, okay, you stream. Oh, you got your eyes open.
Hmm.
Kind of naturally wanted to check it out, and it goes back to number one, being able to be an entertainer, being able to um, role play on the fly and just go with things, being able to bring a good vibe to people that also have their eyes open. I'm speaking in RP language, but are
Hmm.
streaming. Um, Create scenes for them in their streams as well to kind of be like, oh, who's that? And then when they actually came into the streams, it was like, oh, okay, once again, what we talked about being genuine. I think a lot of people saw that. And then also, I was blessed very much when I was RPing in D10 to get shout outs from people and people rating me a lot of the times, people gifting a lot of subs. That first like 6 months of me streaming and doing a lot of RP, well, mainly RP, was very, very intense. And I think that's when my community grew the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I would explain it. It was a lot at the same time, and I think it came from me genuinely liking to RP, creating a good vibe, um, and I think that kind of spilled over to my viewers,
Mm.
people that wanted to
Your
join my Discord.
community. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've kind of kept that vibe. Like it's never nothing serious in the stream unless somebody actually has something they're going through and want to talk about it, want to get some type of support, get perspective. Outside of that, we just be bullshitting and having fun, and I be yapping. And I think one thing that is good, or one thing that I do that is good, is that I've always been fine with people laughing at me opposed to laughing with me. I think I've always been good at turning that around. I
That's
think even when I
important.
was a kid, like my mom used to tell me, like I remember one time when I was really young, she cut my hair. I don't know why mom did this, but she decided to cut my hair. Turned out she gave me a mohawk. I looked ridiculous. Came home from school and told mom everybody was laughing at me. She said, "What did you do?" I said, "I laughed with them." Like there's no point in just turn that around. And I think that kind of gets infectious. So I think we kind of keep that vibe always like, yeah, y'all could joke about me. That's not a problem. And if I feel like I can do that with you as well, I will do that. If not, then I will just keep that boundary. You go ahead and laugh at me. That's not a problem. I'm here to make you laugh anyways. You feel me?
That's important. And I wish I had that, which I'm growing now that I'm on Twitch and streaming. Like I feel like it's important for you to have a good sense of humor, especially if you want
Mm-hmm.
that surrounding you in your community.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you can't care too much about what people think of you and just be yourself. And I'm still learning that. And I see that a lot with you and your streams as well. And when I'm in
Mm-hmm.
chat just lurking, I can see your
Mm-hmm.
community joking with you and stuff, and you know how to take
Mm-hmm.
a joke. That's important. And I'm
Yeah.
learning that as well. So that inspires me, just as a creator and a person as well, because I care too
Mm-hmm.
much. And there's a lot of people who
Mm-hmm.
care too much. So what you're
Yeah.
doing is showing people that, hey, just take a joke, like lay back, it's okay to
Mm.
get your ass cut a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
And yeah, just chill and enjoy the vibe, and that's good. So, and also it goes into your RP as well. If you
Yeah.
realize, like, you being able to be around certain people, and there's a lot of trolls in RP,
Mm-hmm.
um But let's get into that RP stuff because I feel like that surrounds a lot of what you do in your content. How do
Yeah.
you come up with your characters and their backgrounds?
Um, I think it comes from me doing the skits back in the day. So like my first ever character, D10V for Chris Batunde, decided to keep the
Mm,
African vibe going. So like um and I think that kind of came from like, okay, I used to do the skits where I would imitate like or try to act like do a skit of being an African dad. Okay, let me keep that element a little bit.
yeah.
Later on, that translated into me bringing in a whole new character called Uncle GB, Uncle George Batunde, the best taxi driver in the city. So he speaks like that at all times, you know.
Yeah.
I think even me like having influences from the UK or the UK music scene, that made me be like, okay, let me bring out another character. Let's call him Josiah. Chat. What should the last name be? Okay, he's part of the mandam and that. You get what I'm saying? Like he talks more like this and that. So I think that kind of like what I was already doing on YouTube or skits on IG or how I would switch in between accents in my real life talking to my friends kind of bled into like, okay, I can make these three different characters at least. Let's try to add different elements to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I came about my
That
character,
is
and I
so
always
cool.
check with chat too.
That is so cool because you and that was gonna be my next question, but real quick,
Hmm.
Ezra was also like that. Ezra
Hmm.
was from the UK, and that's
Yep.
how I came across to you. And it was me and
Hmm.
my sister. I don't know if you remember, but I had a
Athena.
twin, Athena.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Yep.
was a
Yep.
twin. So we played. I played as Avery. She played as Athena. She's actually here in the chat right now. Shout out to
Yep.
Letty,
What,
and shout out
Letty?
to Fame. What's good, Mike Fame? But yeah, she's my sister IRL. So like look,
Oh,
we
okay. I didn't
became
even know
like
that.
yeah, we met via GTA, but we're sisters
Mm,
IRL. Like that's my heart. I love her
mm,
so much.
mm.
So shout out to Letty. But we met you and you were
Yep.
that UK vibe and I would have never guessed that that wasn't what you are IRL.
Yeah.
Like you play it so well. But you were a big part of my storyline. What inspired his personality and backstory?
Oh, that's a good question. I think a lot of so the character like before Ezra was Josiah,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the first time I did a UK or a character that was from London. Um, and I think I kind of saw I think I kind of saw how the community positively reacted to me being able to switch like that. Like, what do you mean you just went from being a nigga from New York to now switching and you from London, you from ends. So I think that kind of made me be like, okay, I want to replicate this somehow. I'm not, and with Josiah, I had a very like he came about later in V5, but I had a very like strict plan for how I wanted the story of Josiah to play out. So
Mm-hmm.
when I brought in Ezra, I was like, "Oh, nah, we not finna do that. I'm gonna take the elements that I liked from Josiah, being a character that's from London, but he was very much in a fully committed relationship. He had a business that he was running, and I was like, nah, Ezra is gonna be outside. He's gonna be a CNW certified Nashville. What do you mean, bro? Like, yeah, come on, we're out here chasing gal, get into the bed and that. Do you get what I'm saying? So that kind
Yes.
of inspired the character.
Yeah. So I want to talk about a little bit for the people who are not aware of our storyline, but Avery was on that same boat. She was just floating
Mm-hmm.
around trying to catch a vibe. And
Mm-hmm.
she was like for the streets, kind of. And
Yep.
she came across Ezra and she almost changed her mind. She almost changed her mind and almost settled down. And then came across another guy who came and swept her off her feet, but he was more for the
Mm-hmm.
streets. But Ezra always had her heart because really, really, he was taking her out on dates. He was swindling her
Come
with
on.
music. He was taking her on joyrides, just listening to music. It was always a vibe. So, but thank you for being a part of that storyline because it was really cool. And I'll always remember that version of D10. That was a really fun
Yeah, that
time.
was fun.
It was a really
That
fun
was a
time.
lot of fun. I think also like Ezra was supposed to like be outside, but then he met Avery and he was like, "Ooh, maybe let's see what we finna do here. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then when Avery decided to go with the other guy, he was just straight back to it. Oh nah, I'm outside. Fuck is you talking about? Like what?
Right.
Because his
Right.
Ezra's ego was supposed to be hurt in this situation. Because what you mean
Yeah.
she don't want me? Because
Yeah.
I think he even said, or like there was one part where Ezra found out that there was another guy in the picture, and his attitude was very much like, I don't even care if you're talking to next man, Carl. You're still gonna end up with
It
me and that.
was
You get what I'm saying?
it was
So
the biggest
yeah,
switch up I ever saw. And you know what's crazy is that you and him knew each other. That's the crazy part. And
wait,
that
who was
switch
it
up
now
was
again?
it was damn, I'm trying to remember. What was his Cliff. Cliff, because he
Oh,
said,
facts.
yeah, he said that you had saw him in the bank or whatever you guys were at, and supposedly you were trying to get at his sister, and that, supposedly, and we were supposed to go on our first date at that time, and then me and him were toxic, we were toxic friends or whatever, and that's how I ended up falling in love with him or whatever, Avery.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
supposedly you were already talking, because I guess you heard that I was talking to Cliff, so you went and
Mhm,
spoke to his sister. It was so
mhm.
messy. It was so
It was
messy.
good
It was
though. It was
good.
so
It was
good.
so good. It was so good. And Letty's over here laughing because she's like, yeah, that was the
Yup.
best beat ever. It was so fun. But yeah, you got into that toxic RP too.
Come on now.
You had to
Got to.
retaliate.
Hello.
So do you think that your role play affects your, like, it like intertwines with your creativity the way the music does? Like, are you able to
Mm,
intertwine the both, like those two
yes.
together? Yeah.
Yes. I think I started writing songs for RP specifically towards the end of V4. And I think sometimes, like, I have a lot of songs in the vault. Some songs are done, some songs are not done, some songs only
Mhm.
have a chorus or maybe only have a verse. But like, you get to a point where it's like, okay, I'm sitting doing my 9 to 5. I've removed myself from going outside in the club and seeing different things happen in front of me. I'm mostly focusing on my relationship and work and creating content. So it's like, okay, I've written so many songs about my current environment already. Where can I draw new inspiration from? So one thing that RP helped me with was like, okay, when I wrote a song for my character Chris, or when I wrote a song for any other character, I kind of viewed it as if I was writing a song for another artist. So I was like, okay, what's
Mm.
that person going through? What does he want to talk about? And that kind of made me like, oh, okay, it's easy to write songs now. So I think that's even been incorporated today when I make music. It's like I can make a song that has absolutely nothing to do with me. Before I couldn't, and I think RP helped me with that. RP helped me unlock that part of my brain when it comes to the music.
It's like taking
So it had a
yourself
big impact.
out. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like taking yourself out of yourself to write for the character or what they're going
Mm-hmm.
through. And that's creativity ultimately, and motivation
Yeah.
behind everything that you're doing. And it's pretty cool because other people could relate to that specific characters. Like if you're making a drill
Mm-hmm.
song for, let's just say, Josiah, a lot of
Yeah.
New York people could relate to that, and they're gonna fuck
Mm,
with it. Then you got like you got Ezra, where you got the Afro beat, that UK sound.
mm,
So it's like people are gonna fuck with that because of you're relating it to Ezra, So a lot
yes.
of people are different types of music is gonna relate to different types of things. And
Facts.
in our RP, you used to play your music in the car, like when that was the perfect
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to play all your music, because
Mm-hmm.
ultimately when people RP, they play like music that's popping right now, like,
Yep.
and you took that opportunity to say, well, I'm gonna promote my music, and not
Mm-hmm.
more or less like with that intention, but you was just like, if I have the opportunity to play some music, I'm gonna do it in RP, I'm gonna play my shit. And it's
Absolutely.
crazy because you captured me IRL with that, because I was like, damn, is this actually him IRL? Like, I fuck with this music. Like, and it gives people the opportunity to see you and who you
Mm-hmm.
are, and they get that curiosity of like, nah, we gotta check him out. What's his Twitch?
Yep.
Like, what's his
Mm-hmm.
that like? And it's so cool. It's so cool to have that platform and do that.
Appreciate that.
That's very respectable. Let me see what.
Yeah, that was definitely like I think the first time I did it, I was just excited to show people my music. I'm always excited to show people music.
Yeah.
I feel like I can either learn from their opinion or I will just be happy that they fuck with it. But then after that, it turned into like, I'm gonna market myself. What you mean? Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all I can make music, and it's gonna be a different sound every single time. And now you're gonna want to come and see more. And best believe, I do have more. Just tune into the stream. Certain shit can't be played in city, but I got some. You feel
Yeah.
me?
And have you ever came across a storyline or any RP server that you're in?
Mhm.
Have you been able to do a talent show of some sort or like go up on stage and
Mm.
perform? Cuz I know there's certain
I
like cities that do that.
Yes, I'm in a city right now that does that. I haven't They haven't had a show yet. I kind of joined the city pretty late.
Mhm.
When they had already done multiple shows and stuff like that. But yeah, they have a whole like label set up. We have to like meet certain requirements for our contracts that we're signing.
Mhm.
We have to drop songs. We have the possibility to like make music videos for those songs and post them, and eventually to like go up on stage and actually like perform the stuff. Um, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm super nervous to do that because I am so horrible when it comes to emotes. Like I don't know a single emote. I know T slash E type two and dance slow two. That's about it. I don't know anything else. So now I'm about to be standing there rapping a drill song looking like I'm winding my waist. That's mad. So I need to figure
My
that out.
advice to you, because I was really good at key binding, it would be
Hmm.
to just key bind, like take the time outside of
Yeah.
stream to go into the city and key bind certain moves. So that way when you're
Mhm.
already performing and you got that urge to do that, just click on one button and you start dancing and you don't
Facts.
have to remember no type of type slash E like
Yeah.
nothing. Um
That's facts.
so that's a good advice that I could give to you because I used to do
Appreciate that.
emotes all the time like
Mhm.
I was known for just popping out an emote like whenever it was like silent or whenever I had nothing to
Facts.
do or it was just like I was just trying to be silly, I would pop out an emote and that's how it would
Yeah.
create like a situation or a story
Mhm.
behind that. How do you
Mhm.
deal with awkward moments in your storyline?
I love awkward moments, but I think it's hilarious. Um, because I won't be talking in city, but I'll be dying of laughter if you look at my stream. But I think
Yes.
I only like awkward moments when people know how to RP them. So
Mm,
if it's awkward for the purpose of the RP, that makes sense. That I think is funny. If it's just awkward because it might be someone that doesn't talk a lot, I tend to adapt to it, so I get quiet too. Um, so I think it depends on what type of awkwardness it is, if that makes sense.
yeah. So would you consider yourself a good like improv person? Or do you go based off of, hey, this today on stream, I'm going to try to get this storyline to this part of
Mm.
the story?
I think I rely too much on improv. I think sometimes I need to be like, okay, this is what we're gonna do this stream, and that's where I can learn from you as well. Just this whole process of doing this podcast, you're very organized, like you're
Oh,
very
thank you.
structured. I
Thank you.
lack that. Like it doesn't exist within me whatsoever. Like I'm very much like, okay, what are we doing today? So I love moments where it's like spontaneous and I have to adapt to it in a split second. I have to think like, okay, am I going to go this way or am I going to go that way with this scene? I think that's kind of where I excel. When it comes to planning stuff out, I'm not good at that whatsoever, so that's where I kind of
Yeah.
need to improve a little
Yeah, I do a lot of like when I start a character, I think
bit. Hmm.
essentially what I want, where I want to go with that character.
Mm,
And like I think about the characteristics, the look,
mm,
like everything goes
mm,
into that character. Like I did Poison Ivy and she that was last V, and I
mm,
thought about how she was gonna look, what was her personality.
mm,
I even looked up Poison Ivy's characteristics. I tried to imitate that.
mm,
I tried to make situations and interactions the same way Poison Ivy would handle those
mm.
situations. So like the same thing with you where you're creating a UK character, you're thinking about the personality, how the
True.
accent's gonna sound, where you're
Mm,
gonna go, and maybe now with the music that you're creating, you could think about how am I gonna execute this music to be the most
mm.
heard in the whole city?
Yep.
Like how am I gonna take this and network this in the best way possible? So I think that
Mm.
in a way you're planning things out in a way, you know?
Yeah, I think I do. Especially like now that you brought up the example of music and relating that to the character, what the sound is gonna be. Um, but I think I kind of like make a very vague like plan of what it's gonna be, and then I'm just like jump out there and see what happens. Um, but like if we're talking about what the character looks like, oh my god, the drill has been cooking me because Chris, Josiah, we had LD, we had Ezra twice. They all look exactly the same. I swear. I even got screenshots of which numbers I need to use because I'm like,
Me too,
my
though.
patience will not allow me to sit there and try to make the character look different. I will crash out. My monitor will be broken. Something. I ain't got time for it.
So, real quick, what city are you a part of right now?
Right now I'm in Rack City, so
Okay.
it's in Chicago. Um, and that's one thing I would say also when it comes to planning. I always want to make my character um stick out, be unique somehow. Um, so say the actual name. So I had a, this goes to being different or trying to be unique in some way. I had a character called LD, but he was born and raised in Sweden. No, sorry. He was born and raised in France, lived there till he was like 12, moved to New York when he was like, yeah, 12. No, he moved to New York when he was 17, actually. So he would have like a little New York accent, but then you would just hear the French come out of nowhere. So his name was Laurent Dubois. So I always want to, yeah, I just told everybody to
Wow.
say LD. I just told everybody to say LD instead.
Wow.
But that's something that I always think about. Like, so for example, now I'm in Iraq. Oh, somebody just subbed up to me. My
Oh,
fault. My fault.
nice. No, shout them
Yeah.
out.
So
Shout out to
Mario,
you.
Mario, appreciate you for the resub. W16 months. My dog.
W16 months.
But no. So like, I'm in Iraq. That's an American server. Okay, let me do a UK character. When I've been in a UK server, let me do an American character instead. So I always want to find some type of contrast, to make myself or my character stick out a little bit more, like be more memorable if you interact with them. Type.
Yeah. So let's go
Mm-hmm.
into behind the persona, behind who you are. You're
Mm-hmm.
known for keeping parts of your life private. How is that important to you?
W's in the
Especially keeping
chat.
that for your peace. For your
Mm-hmm.
peace, especially.
I think um
Oh shit,
I
thank you,
think
Mario, for the sub. I appreciate you.
W Mario, yes
Damn.
sir.
Yes, sir.
That's my
Thank you.
dog right there. W
Shout out to
Mario,
you.
big SBG. You heard?
Yes.
Um, I think I wouldn't say I'm too private. So like, my viewers know about how many siblings I got. They know about how me and my fiance met. They know about like they know certain things. um but I think like it's also healthy to keep certain things just off the internet. Certain things are just not for everybody. That doesn't have to specifically be the internet. It could just be your relationship with your friends as well. Certain things stays between you and your family. Certain things stays between you and your spouse. And I kind of like want to bring that as well to the streaming world or the content world. Certain things is just for me. So it's important for me to keep those things private because that's how I move in the real life outside of content. So
Mhm.
yeah, I kind of move try to move the same way I do IRL as I do when I'm streaming and doing content as well.
How do you recharge and find your balance between content and real life?
Um, this is where I'm introverted. When I recharge, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Okay.
I want to be quiet. I don't want to hear my own voice. I want to my thoughts to be non-existent. Put on a movie, a show, sit and scroll on TikTok, go to the gym, something. I just don't want to have to use any of my brain capacity to think. Because I think when I was younger, I was very much more extroverted in the sense of like I used to feel recharged by being with people. But as I got older, like doing stuff, being outside with people or sitting and streaming and being entertaining, after a while, I just get tired. So it's very important for me to just get that time where I'm alone. I don't have to talk to nobody. I don't have to do nothing at all, to kind of recharge and be ready to like whether it's go to work and be social with my clients or it's go outside and do activities with the gang or stuff like that. I would say like the only person where I can still recharge is definitely my fiance. Like I don't have to I'll just tell her I'm tired. Can we just sit and watch a movie? And we do that, and I'm recharging.
That's so
Don't
good.
ask me how many times I've watched Marvel movies because it's too many times. Word.
Yeah, that's your favorite. So
Yeah.
that's what helps you keep you grounded and focused is just
Hmm.
quality time,
Yes.
and just
Very much so.
feeling normal outside of
Yes.
your streaming.
Hmm.
So how do you define authenticity in the content world?
Are you ready? Staying true to yourself, being genuine. I think once you start doing things because you think you're gonna gain something from it, that's when you start losing your authenticity. Um, that's kind of why I had that thought in my head too. Like, um, okay, Mario, we see you.
Yeah,
Okay,
I didn't want to
we get the
interrupt you,
goal
but
too.
thank you so much for that. We just hit the goal. Thank you so much, Mario, for
W
the gift of
Mario.
sub. Wow. Thank you.
I see you, Mario. I see you too. W follow age, a
I
year and
was
some change.
holding
Okay.
it. Yes.
Yup.
I didn't want to say anything because you were talking, but yes, thank you so much.
No problem at all. Um, I think that was very important for me when I started streaming. So like you said, you can go on somebody's stream and you can see when they actually enjoy doing it, and you can go on somebody's stream and you can see that they're just doing it to gain something. So I think once you start doing things outside of what you actually want to do and you're doing it for some type of gain and that's the only motivation you have, that's when you start losing
Are
authenticity.
you
That's when people will feel that it's not
ready?
genuine. So Mario, you're a beast.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
a beast.
Yes,
He's a
sir.
beast.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the
W
love.
Mario.
W Mario. Jeez.
What
All
would you
right.
say is authenticity in the content world since you're in it as well?
Yeah, I think that just being who you are and
Mm,
bringing your upbringing to yourself now, like, like
mm,
what impacted you as a kid, just use that in a positive way,
of
and
course.
just show the childlike in you. That I feel like
Mm,
that brings authenticity, and like you said, your culture takes a big role
mm,
into your background, and it shows who you are. I think that being yourself is being authentic.
mm,
um and just sticking to your morals, sticking to your vision,
mm.
and executing that, I think makes you authentic. Having
Facts.
a
Big on sticking
positive,
to your morals.
yeah, having a positive impact to your community is also
Mm,
being authentic. um yeah, and I think it shows,
mm.
like it really
Yeah.
shows, because you could see when someone's faking it, and you could see when
Mm-hmm.
someone's just being genuine to what they think and their mores, their values. um
Yep.
and yeah. What are some personal goals for you right now that you're working towards?
Um, I think the biggest personal goal right now, outside of a successful wedding, is to release this EP that I have. I've put together an EP, I think of like 6 or 7 songs. Um, I've been said that it should drop this summer. At this point, the drillers have lost hope that I'm dropping music, so that's
Mm,
definitely one of the biggest goals that I have. I haven't dropped music in I think like
you're
two,
doing what
almost
Rihanna
three
does.
years.
You're being a Rihanna on us right now. We do not appreciate that. We do not like that.
So yeah, that I would say, and definitely being consistent again. I definitely had a period where I was just not streaming at all, or I would come back and stream for like a week and say that I was going to be consistent, and then I disappeared again. And life be life, and sometimes, but I think as of like June this year, I've come back to like starting with 2 streams a week, up and into 3 streams. Now we're on 4 streams, sometimes even 5, and just trying to create a schedule where I can consistently uh, um, produce content. And even Mario said here as well, appreciate you always keeping my brother in mind even after he left us for a while. So I did that. That's where it goes to, like making sure that I can be there for my community and also just continue doing what I like to do um,
Right.
in a consistent way.
Right. So this podcast is called Unmuted for a reason. It's
Mm.
about giving creators the voice, and I want to know from your perspective, what does being unmuted look like for you?
Ooh, maybe this is maybe I'm interpreting it the wrong way, but sometimes being unmuted for me means me being muted.
Hmm.
um I've always been used to adapting to everybody else around me and not focusing on what I want to do in a certain situation. That's kind of how I learned to become an extrovert. So I think sometimes unmute when I hear unmuted, I'm thinking focusing on what you actually want to do, not adapting to the people around you. And sometimes for me, that means going quiet, because that's something that I didn't do at all, due to the fact that I was always making sure that I was thinking about everybody else in the situation before myself. I would think
Right.
that everybody would have fun or be comfortable before I even thought if I was having fun or being if I was comfortable. So I think sometimes the way I interpret unmuted is being muted for me.
That's really interesting. I agree with that
Hmm.
actually. And people perceive it a lot differently. Like everybody is different, but that was really
Mm,
nice. I really like that answer.
appreciate that.
So before we close up, I want to ask you a few questions. What's one
Hmm.
thing you wish more people understood about the creative grind and the behind the scenes?
Um, that it doesn't work without the community you've created. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I can prepare as many different segments as I want to. Um, I can be as creative as possible with everything that I'm doing, but if I'm not able to cultivate a fan base, um, a community, people that I genuinely can have a connection with, create new friends within this content world, and actually give some type of value when I'm doing this, then it won't work. It will never work without the people.
Yeah.
That's why, like, even like Mario saying in the chat, like, yeah, I'm always gonna check up on my boy Commander, even though he left us for a little while, like recognizing that when I leave for a little while, life might be life, and but I can't be ignorant. That has an impact on the community that I created. This doesn't work without them. I can't just disappear for a year, come back, and expect that everybody's going to be here. What I do affects them, and what they do affects me.
Mm,
So I think recognizing that yes, you can have a very good creative process and everything around that. It doesn't matter if you can't connect with people and actually give them some type of value and actually create a genuine connection with them. I think sometimes they might even the community might forget how important they are. So I think it's
yeah.
for them it's good to understand and know that, and for us as well as creators, like we're equally as important in this process of creating
Right.
good content.
Right. So if someone was watching this who's chasing their dream but feels unseen, how what would
Mm.
you say to them?
I would say two things, and this depends on if you have a certain faith that you follow or not. You can only control yourself. You can't control anything else. So with that said, you have to always believe in whatever power that you believe. In my case, God has a plan for you. Um, Stick the course. If you believe that you have a certain talent, a certain gift, it's been given to you. So use it to your best ability, and everything that's for you will come in time.
Mm,
We might be praying for a blessing all the time, but we're not going to get that blessing until the Most High deems that we are ready to receive that blessing. And then I would say number two is that doing the same thing over and over again and accepting a different outcome is insanity. So, for example, I have to be realistic with myself, saying, "Oh, I want to grow. I want to grow. I want to have more followers. I want to build a bigger community." Okay, well, you can't just sit on Twitch and stream all the time. You have to
mhm.
make sure that you edit and you post on TikTok. You have to make sure that you're uploading on YouTube. You have to make sure that you're doing all of these different actions that are needed in order for people to actually find you. Um,
Yeah.
so, like, even me saying that I hate editing, yeah, I'm also aware that because of that, I'm not posting as often, then I'm not going to grow at a certain pace. And I'm okay with
Right.
that today. But if you asked me years ago, I would have been like, I don't understand why this is happening. You have to change your methods if your method is not working, but always stick true to yourself, what you believe your talent is, and what you can offer people that you want to be a part of your community. Indeed, what Deo said, God's plan. That's my boy too.
God's
Shout out
plan.
Deo.
Shout out Dale. What does success look like to you right now, both as a streamer and an artist?
Um, Success for me as an artist and a streamer would be that I reach my goal with the content that I'm creating, whether it's music, different songs that I'm releasing, and the content that I create on Twitch or whatever. And what that goal is what we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
making sure that if people can listen to a song, pop in a stream, watch a clip on TikTok, or see a VOD on YouTube, they get that little moment where they can just not focus on whatever that's going on and just be in that moment, have fun, be that distraction. If I can provide that, then I'm successful within the content that I'm creating and the entertainment I want to produce.
That's beautiful. Yeah. So,
Thank you.
real quick, I'm going to give everyone a chance to ask Commander questions that are here. But
Ooh.
before we do that, I want to ask you really quick, where can everyone find and support your music and your content?
Twitch, it's Commander with two A's at the end. So Commander with DAAH. That's only because somebody got the name Commander with one A at the end. I don't know who it is. I need you to give me my name back because you pissing me off. Um,
Claim it.
on yes, or on Spotify or Apple Music, you will find the two singles I've dropped. I need to drop more, and just Commander everywhere. Commander live on YouTube, Command on IG, Command on TikTok. You'll find it there, and hopefully we will have a project out before the end of the year. And if you see Lil Deo in the chat, he is also featured on two of the songs on the project. That's my means.
Shout out to
He's
you,
from Florida
Deo.
in Sweden, so make sure you tap
Let's
in with him too. He
go.
stream a little. I've been trying to get him to stream.
Oh no,
But
you better start streaming, Dale. Get on
yeah,
it.
they'll start streaming. Yeah,
Get
because we need
on
his
it.
music too. But yeah, Commander everywhere. And you'll find me either with one A at the end or two A's at the end. Um,
Perfect.
yep,
I have you
indeed.
pinned in the in the pinned comments. So I have your link. So everybody, if you go see that link, go follow him, go support him and everything that he has there. You don't want to miss anything that he uploads. He's amazing. Go follow that. But real
Appreciate
quick,
you.
I want to give everybody an opportunity that is here right now. If you're in Commander's chat, if you're in my chat, this is the opportunity to ask Commander questions or myself if you have anything for me.
Mm.
And yeah, let's get started. Does anyone have questions? Put them in the comments right now.
Hey, don't start. Don't, hey, drillers, don't start embarrassing me. Don't start wilding out. I know. I already seen Zoe talking about ask. Yeah, I seen what you said. You said. I
Oh
know what you
yeah.
told her. That.
Real quick, I'm gonna because that's one of the first questions. How did you get that hole in your wall? Answer that right now for a chat. How did you get that hole in your wall?
Okay, so the background is a little bit blurry, but you see the little right there. That's a hole right there.
Yeah, how did
Um,
you get that?
this was New Year's. What was it? Was it 2023 or 2024? Look, she already started. Big ass toe. So we was doing a New Year's stream. It was me, my little brother, my cousin, all of the bros was here. We was drinking, we was taking shots left and right. We was super lit.
That's
There was
lit.
literally a whole party in the living room while I was streaming. I just wanted to stream more than being at the party.
Yeah.
Um, and one of my guys, he's one of my mods too. He will pop up a little here and there. His name is Elboy. He was whooping my little brother. My little brother is like 6'2". He was, I think, like maybe 20 or 19 at the time. So he was packing him up. So I'm like, hey, hold on, don't, you know what I'm saying? Big bro had to hop in. I tried to put Elboy in the arm bar, but I was too close to him. So I'm like, okay, let me just push off this wall a little bit so I can create more distance. I literally just put my big toe on the wall and tapped. Boop, hole went in there. So they call me, yeah, they said my big toe's on steroids. It is what it is, you know. Have I fixed it? No. Will I? Hopefully.
Hopefully. I was gonna ask because Letty had asked chat, but she was like, are we invited to the wedding? Are you gonna stream this wedding? Are you gonna record this wedding?
I want to. I've been thinking about streaming the wedding somehow because the community, like the drillers, have asked me to. I think we will have probably like 140 people at the wedding.
Mm.
So inviting the community wouldn't be possible due to her having a big family, me having a big family. But so
Well,
somebody put the
virtually.
idea in there. Yeah, so, no, they was asking IRL. That's so
Oh.
yeah. My people wanted to pop outside. They wanted to fly to Portugal. Um,
Wow.
but that won't be possible. So I was like, okay, well, how can we do it virtually then? I think it was DJ or Zoe that gave me the idea to stream, and I was like, I might have to do a little IRL stream. So thinking about it, not sure yet. I don't have a definitive answer, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to stream it at least.
That'll be fire to do.
Hmm.
I know you keep your life private, but that would be a beautiful moment, especially
Yes,
keeping your community a part of your, because they
exactly.
essentially want to be a part of everything you do. They want to like
Hmm.
leech on,
Yep.
That's a beautiful
And
moment.
I want them to be able to see that as well. That like that's something I don't think anybody would forget. Um, that will just once again creating genuine connections with people like that. That's something that's huge.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep you updated.
good. Earth asks, do you see yourself down the line acting since your RP is very good?
I think I got into. Thank you for saying my RP is really good. I appreciate that. I think I got into RP because I want to act. So I've been an extra in um, a Netflix show that was about Spotify because it's a Swedish company. I've been an extra in commercials. So like acting was has always been a passion of mine. I would love to do act. Like if I got the I don't chase it as much as I used to because I'm doing content on Twitch, I'm doing music, and I have my regular job. But if I was like, if I got an opportunity to act, I would jump at it. I love acting. And I think I have so much to learn there as well. But I think I already have a good start due to
Mm-hmm.
just me being able to imitate, immerse myself in different situations. Very susceptible to feedback, quick learner. So yeah, if that was, oh, I would love to act. That would be amazing.
Zoe asked, when did he lose his hairline?
Yeah, we not gonna take off the cap because I ain't shaved my head today. I was really gonna fix my beard and everything for the you know what I'm saying, but I said let me chill. Um, Zoe, you can go ahead and drop the ball headed Manda emote if you want to in the chat, so everybody can see what I look like without the hair. I started
No,
losing my hair early as hell. I'm talking about like
really.
25. That shit started thinning. I said, yeah, it's raps.
Earth
But
has a
at the end
bold
of
emo
the day,
too. He has a
yep,
bold.
W Earth. You see, that's yeah. Come on now. But what I be telling what I be telling about people is that like I salute the hairline. He did what he needed to do. He situated so that wifey is wifey today. I wasn't gonna get her with the oh wow Mario you're bugging. See he posted yeah I had to
Wow.
shave my head. I had to shave my head. He bug he bugging. It's like
Wow.
I had to shave my head though. Like that's not fair. Post one when I shave my head. There we go. There we go. See, it looked clean with his
Wow.
shave. It looked clean with his shave.
You see, you recovered. You recovered. You recovered there.
Got it. See, if Mario didn't post that, I was about to cry. I'm not. No, I'm joking. No, but I be having like different sub goals where it's like, okay, if we reach this, I promise I'm taking off the hat, and I don't care if I've shaved my head or not. We gonna show everything. I don't give a damn. And it goes back to like being able to take a joke. Like I really don't care. At the end of the day, wifey thinks I look good. That's all that matters. Hello.
That's hey, listen,
Word.
that's what matters at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And as
Uh,
long as you're happy, as long as you're
yeah.
happy, that's what matters first. As
I
long
mean,
as
I
you're
could have
happy.
went to Turkey to situate it with the hair transplant, but I said no. Let's embrace it. You feel me?
Listen, it is what it is. I embrace everybody to go bold at some point, even girls. Like, fuck
Facts.
it. Like I intend to do that surprise chat one day and fucking chop off my hair. I love my curly hair, but
Hello.
sometimes I get tired of it, and I might just go bold. Y'all don't know. Uh, it is what it is. I'll start off
Yeah, come
fresh.
on. It's natural.
But
See,
I
Mario
do.
bugging. He talking about when I didn't have when the one he made with me without my beard. We not gonna look at that. No, we not gonna look at a young me. Hell no.
No, I mean you do have your young self on your profile picture, so
Yeah, that's baby me though. This is
that's
like
baby
he
you.
talking about me at like in high school before my beard started growing. That is no,
Oh,
that is not a pretty sight at all. Hell no.
All right. I love you too, sissy. Thank you for being here, by the way. I appreciate
Appreciate you,
you.
Letty. Oh
So,
wow.
real quick before we end, I have a game that I want to play with you, and it is
Okay.
called RP Soundtrack. And I like to do games before I end the podcast, so this one is gonna be
Mm,
very unique to you. It's called
okay.
RP Soundtrack. I'm gonna throw some random RP scenarios at you and some
Okay.
serious, funny, even a little dramatic.
Mm,
But you're gonna tell me what song you would play in the background if it was like a
okay.
movie scene, like as if it was a
Mm-hmm.
movie scene, you know what I mean? It could be any
Mm-hmm.
song, it could be rap, it could be R&B, even a song of yours, a TikTok track, whatever fits the vibe.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So you just walked in to a Rack City meeting.
Okay.
Tensions are high, everyone's quiet, and all eyes are on you. What track would
Mm.
you be playing in your head as you walk in?
Mm. Ooh, that's hard. What type of can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
What type of tension is it? Is it tension like they don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with them, or everybody's just
It's
mad
a
at the moment for something?
suspenseful moment. It's a suspenseful moment. All eyes are on you. You're walking in. Your aura is the aura. It's like
Mm,
it's a
mm.
big aura energy.
Okay.
What song you playing?
I'll play "Fuck with Me" with G Herbo.
Ooh,
Yeah,
you on
I
that
feel like
vibe?
that's like yeah. Let me step
Yeah.
either that or "Everything Lit" by Chef G. Yeah, your boy back. Everything lit. Yeah,
Okay.
one of the two.
Wait, Merles has a question. Hi, Merles. Well, I got a question for this man. Go ahead,
Go ahead.
real quick before we continue with
Go
this
on,
game.
Merles.
She used to show you when we had
Oh
our
my
storyline.
god.
She was the one up in your chat telling you what to
I
do.
know.
You
I
know,
know.
Merles.
W Merles.
Merles, get in
W
there.
Merles.
How did he feel
You
taking
see
care of
why you had
rats?
to bring the rats back though? Like, I thought we left that in the past.
That was a big part of our storyline. You already know
I'm
Merles
not
was the
gonna
rat.
lie. When that was introduced, like I thought it was so funny because it just for me it just came out of nowhere, and I was just like, "What?" Like it didn't make
Yeah.
sense to me, but it was just so funny. So I enjoyed it a lot.
Yes. All right,
Indeed, W
let's get
Merles.
back to W Merles because she always
Hmm.
had something funny for me to do in RP. So you and Avery just handled business, right?
Okay.
The mission's
Hmm.
done. Y'all are
Mm.
driving into the night lights. What's blasting in the
Mm.
car?
Um. Mm. I would want to switch up the vibe because business has already been handled. So
Hmm.
we gotta change it up now because now we need to switch up the mood. So
Yeah.
I'll play Pretty and Bougie by Eric Ivy. I don't know if you've heard it.
No, I have not.
It's a UK artist. Pretty and Bougie. It's super nice. It's super nice.
Okay. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
your character, so this is a different one. Your character's been betrayed by someone they
Okay.
trusted. It's that
Ooh.
slow, reflective RP moment. What's the emotional soundtrack here?
Mm. Um. This is hard. Um, I'm thinking of a song. I know the artist. I can't think of the name of the song. Uh, tu- 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 tu. uh, Who's Riller by Mo Stack is another UK artist,
Okay.
and he even talks about. I can't remember the lyrics off the dome like that, but he even talks about like I think he even starts off the song with saying like, "Do me wrong once, yada yada yada." You know what I'm saying? So I think that would definitely be the track.
Okay. Yeah, you got to put a subliminal song out there. And thank you, Mercy.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Mercy. But yeah, you got to put that like that clap back type song where you're like, oh, you want to
Hmm.
betray me? Bet I got you. And it's also a reflective moment where it's just like it motivates you to get out of that
Hmm.
mindset, you know?
I think
Um,
for me, like I would play like the song I picked is more like in the stage when you're like reflecting, like they
yeah.
really did me wrong like
They
that
did really did me
before you get
wrong.
to the
What I'm
now I'm
gonna
finna
do?
get back to you.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So you're back after a long break. Everyone counted you out. but you're making your comeback. What's your anthem?
Okay, so for the first one that we said early, I'll just say "Fuck with Me," G Herbo. I'm
Yeah.
coming back. I'm playing "Everything Lit" by Chef G. Facts,
All right.
most
Let's
definitely.
go.
Or either that, or I'm dropping pot. Baby, welcome to the party. I'm off to Molly to Santa Lean. That's what.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, it might be
Quick
that.
fun fact, when that song came out, I was so scared of it. It
Mhm.
played on radio and I felt like it was so demonic because his voice was so deep. It's so deep.
Yeah,
Rest in peace. But like
facts.
oh my
Herbo
gosh, when
rule.
that song came out, I was so scared because I felt like it was like he was like, "Welcome to the party." Like he took that from his stomach and his chest
Yup,
when he
yup.
rapped. It was so
Facts.
scary.
I heard that, and they I think they even played it. No, it was one of my mans that played it when we was pre-gaming before we was about to go to the club. First time I heard it, I said, "What? What is this?" We started woo walking instantaneously. We started getting sturdy. Like what? Nah, it was when the first time I heard that, it got stuck. It didn't go nowhere. That one in Dior, like yeah,
Yeah. He used his diaphragm, right, Merles? Exactly. Yo,
facts.
Pookie Panda, what's good? That's a
I,
New
I
York
tried
City
to.
anthem?
Facts. I even started
Yeah.
trying to imitate him all the time. Like I'm not singing this song, "Baby Welcome to the Party." I'm saying, "Baby Welcome to the Party."
Baby, welcome
I
to the
had
party.
to. Yeah,
Yes.
I had to.
Yes. So you're on a high speed chase. Cops are on your tail. Pure chaos.
Mm,
Boom.
mm.
Sirens. You're thinking like, damn, what am I gonna do? What I'm finna do? What's the adrenaline song for that scene?
Du- I'm going to straight UK tracks.
Uh-huh.
Um. Uh. du- 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 du. I think I'd play "Who Else" by Tion Wayne and Unknown T, two UK rappers.
Okay.
I think that fits. Like I'm in a high speed chase, and I'm talking crazy too. Like yeah, you know why they chasing us? Yeah, cause we did
Yeah.
that. What is we talking about? Yeah, it's one of
Yes.
them type of vibes.
Okay. And for the audience who are watching this on Spotify or YouTube, you guys can just go and play this song while we're doing this
Indeed.
segment and you could like compare the two. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so you're standing on the block. This is the last one, and then I'm gonna have chat make up one for you. You're standing on the
Okay.
block, it's late night, city's quiet, it's just you. What's your thoughts?
Mm,
And it's you and your thoughts and the street lights. What song sets the tone for that mood?
mm. Okay, it's just me. I'm outside.
Yeah, it's like street lights, it's
I
real
think I, I think
nighttime
I think
vibes.
I think I'll probably play. I think I try. I'll probably play my song. My own song that is called "Ends," the one I sent you. I think
Mm,
that would make perfect sense if I'm outside street light by myself. I'm just chilling on it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I played
Lil
it in the
Dale, know
beginning,
he's
guys.
been a
So if you fucked
okay.
with it, guys, if you fucked with it, that's this song. I'm gonna play it real quick, just a little bit.
That's gonna be the single on the EP I'm dropping too.
Damn. So that's that. And you said you haven't dropped it yet, right? You're gonna drop it soon?
No, that's gonna be the first single. So that's the
Okay.
first song that's gonna drop, and then I have another. The second single for the EP is called "Spend a Bag." That's with a feature from my brother Lil Deo, and then we drop the EP. That's the plan, at least.
Yes, let's go. Guys, if you have
Yeah.
a scenario you want to give him real quick before we end, put it in the comment right now. What do you think? What song should he play to a scenario you have? What's the vibes looking like?
Mm.
Give him a scenario.
My community knows too, the drillers. I
Mm.
got a couple. I got a couple songs that I always play in RP.
Let's
Like
test them. Let's see how well they know you. Come
okay,
on,
so
drillers.
Earth, Dexter Dap, give it to the owner.
Ooh, for ERP.
Dexter Dap, give it to the owner.
Okay. He went from taking care of rats to dropping W music. Hey, we made it out the trenches.
Type shit. Come on now,
Okay.
Merles, you know the vibe.
All right. So you for your ERP,
Indeed.
what's the song?
What's it called? What did I say? Dexter Daps, give it to the owner.
All right. All right, y'all. I think
Check
that
that out. That's
wraps
a
it.
good song just in general.
Okay, bet. We gonna try it out. We gonna
Hmm.
test it out. But I'm gonna wrap up. That was fire.
It
Shout out to you.
really
See,
was.
this is why I love doing this because this exact reason. Because it shows
Mm,
authenticity, the genuine, the behind the scenes, everything, and also, just your story.
mm,
I respect it on all levels. So everyone's RP story is different. Everybody's story
mm,
IRL is different. Um, and I want to say thank you for playing and thank you for showing up and being here and talking with me. I know it was
mm.
a little long, but I love our segment and this episode specifically. We got to share our P together, which is pretty cool. And
Hmm.
hopefully at some point I get to join a city and we can do some more RP. That would be fun to do.
Facts.
Guys, if you do fuck with him, and you should, go check out his link right here. I have it pinned. Go follow him on Instagram, Spotify, TikTok, wherever he has any social media. Go follow him. He has good stuff coming, especially that EP that he has coming, and he's dropping soon. So we're looking forward to that. I hope that you do get to drop that really, really soon. And
Appreciate you.
I
And I
hope.
have to give you your flowers too before we end because,
Oh,
like you said, no, most definitely. Number one, you're really like the RP is immaculate. So we're hoping that
thank
you get back
you,
to the RP. And number
thank you,
two, just creating a platform like this for people that are, trying to get themselves more out there, trying to show themselves to a new audience, and just kind of creating a stage for people to really show who they are in the content world, and outside of it too. Like we have to, and I think this goes for everybody that's watching too. They probably agree with me. We have to clap it up for you,
oh,
because
thank
you don't
you,
have to do that. That's just out of you wanting to help other people and create a community where we all help each other, in an environment where that's not always the case. So big shout outs to you as well. And
thank you,
my viewers, definitely go and follow her right now before me and my
thank
niggas
you.
get mad. You heard?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you're making this vision possible by being here.
Mm,
So thank you. And
of course.
yeah, you guys. So go ahead and follow him. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're gonna wrap up this and I'm gonna play his song at the end. So if y'all fuck with it, it's coming
Hey,
out soon. His
it's
single's
coming
coming out
out
really
soon.
soon. So yeah, so shout out to you. And if you're continuing to stream, everybody go to his stream because I'm gonna end here. Go right to Commander stream. Are you gonna continue streaming after this?
Indeed,
All
indeed.
right, so
We are
everybody
streaming.
go. I'm gonna send everybody over to you. I'm gonna send everybody over
Appreciate
to
you.
you. All right. So thank you so much for joining again. If you guys want
Thank
to
you. Thank you.
follow more of my content, I have the unmuted Instagram where I give a sneak peek to everybody who's coming onto the show. Go follow that. If you are just watching on YouTube, go watch on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. If you are
Mm.
hearing me on Spotify, thank you for hearing me on Spotify. I appreciate you. Go ahead and follow. And yeah, every week is a new episode, and I'm looking forward to my next week's episode. So if you want to see a sneak peek, it'll be on my Instagram, and you can go check that out. So I appreciate you. Thank you.